So I hope you enjoyed the clickbait title, but there is more than just me attempting to get views from this. There is method to my clickbait. So I think something in the West that we have to focus on, those of us who are still fighting and we're getting black-pilled from defeats, is in a lot of cases, even though we may lose an election, like with Marine Le Pen, a lot of people did vote for her. She got, what, like 36% of the vote? She got, like, almost half of the actual French vote. Like, the people who are actually French, a large portion of them actually voted for her. So even though she lost, even though Hofer lost, even though a lot of these people are losing, what you're getting is situations where the largest or the second largest party of the country are completely excluded from government and are actively isolated. In Sweden, the so-called center-right government willingly gave up power to the left rather than have a supply and confidence agreement with the Swedish Democrats. And after the next election, the Swedish Democrats could very well become the largest party in Sweden, but they will have no power and they'll have no effective representation. The Front National is probably the largest party in France by number of supporters, but it has virtually no seats and it won't pick up any, and it'll never have any influence. Geert Wilders is also excluded from government. The Freedom Party is excluded from government in Austria. So what's going to happen is, as these parties continue to get more seats and they continue to do better and better in the polls, you're going to go into scenarios where the largest party in a country is completely incapable of having any influence. And that massively destabilizes the system, because it's part of what makes a democracy work, or any society work, is people have to believe that they have skin in the game, as the term goes. And this is kind of a basic Anglo idea. Kind of part of the basic Anglo idea is everybody has property, everybody has a stake in society. That's why only property holders could vote, because they have skin in the game. Their success or failure is directly linked with the success or failure of society. So in a democracy, if you have the plurality, the largest single group of people in a position where their votes and their political movement is completely worthless, they're rapidly going to lose faith in that. And it's going to be an emperor has no clothes thing. It's going to get increasingly obvious how rigged the system is, how much the media, the government, whoever, doesn't give a damn what popular will is. That was one of the things that was so good about the Ford years, was Rob Ford was a buffoon. But when he was elected, someone literally said, we won't let him finish his term in office. And they basically just stalked the guy, like spied on him, and just pushed him until they could find something to get him on and then destroy his career over. And it was just such a blatant overriding of who the public had voted for. It was just a blatant overriding of popular sovereignty. So this brings us to the issue of Donald Trump. Why do I want Donald Trump to be impeached? Because this would be the most flagrant, crazy, over-the-top undermining of the popular will I've ever seen. They basically were saying if Trump wins, we're not going to accept the results of the election. Well, no, Trump said he wasn't. He might not accept the results of the election, so he was evil for saying that. Then Trump won, and then Hillary accepted the results of the election, but then she didn't accept the results of the election, and now we think it was rigged by the Russians. So, yeah, so they think Trump got in from the Russians, not the people who voted for him. So now what they're determined to do, not just the Democrats, but the Republicans, basically the people who are universally hated by the average person, have determined this man is not going to get through his first term, let alone his first year in office. Sorry, his first year in office, let alone his first term. I mean, the guy's been in power barely 100 days. Well, I guess it's like, what, 150 days now? And every step of the way, they're throwing as many roadblocks as they can, not just the Democrats, but the Republicans as well. The bureaucracy's trying to stop him. The mainstream media is trying to stop him. He can't do anything. He can't get anything done. And then you can say Trump's a shill. He's a sellout. He's sellout. He's Zog. It's irrelevant. It's very clear that they're trying to destroy this man. They're trying to bring him down. So if they impeach Trump, and they do this like 3 months after he becomes president, in an election that they, frankly, obviously tried to rig, then, yeah, I mean, can you get more flagrant? Can you get more just telling the people to their faces, fuck you, your votes don't matter. Your votes don't matter. There's nothing you can do to change the system. Nana, nana, nana. And I hope they do that. I hope they have the balls to try to do that. Because there's no way it can work out for them. On one hand, Pence is pretty damn conservative. On the other, do you think that the Trump supporters are just going to accept that? Do you think they're just going to accept that this guy who they spent years campaigning for gets removed from office on some... I'm not even going to address the validity of the charges. It's irrelevant. Obama gave weapons to ISIS. This is confirmed. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is things he said. He gave weapons to the Syrian rebels who turned out to be ISIS. So he funded and gave money to, like, weapons to ISIS. Trump, apparently... I don't even care what Trump did. It's irrelevant. Nothing could be as bad as the stuff Obama did. But, yeah, so they're going to impeach him over basically nothing. And, like, what do you think all the people who fought for Trump are going to do? You think they're going to accept that? You think they're going to be like, oh, okay, Trump got removed from office, we're not going to do anything. No, they're going to go fucking crazy. Well, no, I mean, they're like white males. They probably won't. They'll probably just protest. But they're actively just goading us now. They're just saying, look, even though we've made it that this guy can't do anything because we've thrown so many obstacles and so many stumbling blocks his way, even under this extremely limited amount of power he has, we still won't even allow you that. We're going to take Trump down. We're going to take down everybody who supports him. Ha ha. So I hope they do that. I hope they have the balls to try to do that. It's not going to work out for them. Okay, so they removed Trump. If they do succeed in removing him, it's going to burn through all their political capital. The emperor will be revealed to have no clothes. And people will go, okay, there's no point in voting anymore. We're going to have to take this beyond the ballot box because it's been proven that there is no way for change to happen. Change is basically impossible at this point through normal means. And every time they shut someone like Trump or Marine Le Pen down, it makes it more obvious to people that there's not just a normal solution to these problems. So this would just be so flagrant and so crazy that I think like most, like even normal people would be like, what the hell just happened? So let's hope they're that dumb. I'll talk to you guys later.